There was once a man from a faraway kingdom, full of grace and wisdom, who lived a full life, more full than anyone else. His heart had plumbed the whole of the world, its heights and its depths. And the man asked himself, "What more may I do that my joy may be full?" And he took it into his heart to create a great school, that others might find wisdom like unto himself. He gathered his friends and associates and said, "I will build a great school, that others may learn to have wisdom like unto myself. And surely I will do it. Yet I ask that you who desire, help me in this undertaking. Work alongside me, that your joy may be full. What say you?" And some cheered and were greatly honored to help. Some agreed, though they were more reserved. And still some others mocked at such a waste of resources and refused, turning to walk in their own path. The man used all of his wisdom and resources in planning, designing, and construction of the school. It must be in a suitable location, he said in himself. Searching far and wide, above the earth and under the earth, he scoured the land for a place for the school. At last his face rested on a hill set at the end of a pleasant plain. "Here we will build the school," he said to his friends. "It will start on the plain by the river, and we will build a town, that those who come may have space to live. And as they progress in their learning, they shall move to more advanced lessons up the hill. And see, even here on the hill they may sit and gaze, from the sea far away to the moon and the stars in the sky, and there will be nothing that cannot be learned here." And then they set to work, the gracious man and his friends, to build the school exactly as it had entered into his heart to do. "Take exceedingly great care," the man said. "We must ensure that even the design and structure of the school is encoded with wisdom." And they agreed, taking great care that even the doorways and windows contained lessons, if any cared to notice them. And watching the man, and following precisely after his methods and in his ways, the days were accomplished that the school was finished. Now, in constructing his grand vision, the man gave his all, pouring all of his wisdom and resources into the school. And one of his enemies, noticing this, rejoiced, saying, "You shall never recoup your investment, for this school is too grand and gracious, and the cost of attendance is too high for anyone to pay, and thus your wisdom is proved foolish, and your faith folly." "Take care, friend," the man said to his enemy, "for I have resources you know not of, and even I will staff the school myself, that not one person who desires to come and learn will be turned away." And thus, though the price was too great for anyone else to pay, the man, now the headmaster of the school, did pay the fee for entrance himself. Indeed, for every one that entered, they entered only on the grace of the man. And invitations to learn were sent far and wide, that no one who desired to learn would be denied for lack of tuition. "Now hearken unto me, my students," the man said to the many who had gathered. "For this school shall have a law given. I have personally funded and created this school from my wisdom and with my resources, and therefore my law shall attend the school. And this is my law. The school will run as I see fit, for no man may contend with my wisdom, for it is greater than all. And no man will be turned away from the school for lack of an entrance cost, for none can afford it. Even I will pay the fee myself before they even come to the school, and thus it is only by my grace that they may enter. And no man's motive for coming will stop him from attending. It matters not, for through exposure to wisdom, motive may improve. And no man having entered the school of his own will be compelled to learn, but he may use this gift as he sees fit, or even squander it. Yet will I do all I can to persuade them to learn and benefit while here. And finally, that no man upon leaving this school may complain of me that he had had not what he needed to learn, for there is nothing that shall not be provided to an honest seeker of wisdom." And the friends of the man shouted for joy at the law given, and gave their assent, and were among the first to enroll in the school. Now the school was set up in such and such a way, with places for living, learning, eating, the growing of things, the building of things, the pursuit of noble causes, and all manner of wisdom was demonstrated daily by the headmaster. And yet no man was forced to attend the lessons, and even could spend his time however he saw fit. And it came to pass that after a time, some of the students learned more than others, exceedingly more, their own choice, and according to their diligent adherence to the wisdom of the headmaster, according to the law established by the man. For he truly gave to them and showed everything they needed to excel as they used what he had already given them. And this pleased the man greatly, and his joy increased. And he smiled upon his students who had done well, and said, You all hearken unto me, that your joy may yet increase further. For this school lacks, as of yet, staff and other teachers to help those that hearken not unto my wisdom, or who have grown too accustomed to my voice, and therefore hear it not. Therefore, go, teach what you have learned of what I have taught you, and bring those with uncommon diligence to me, that we may together instruct them, that they may learn wisdom. And here is wisdom, if you will hear. The joy of teaching is greater than the joy of learning, which is great. It is better to give than to receive. And his students rejoiced, for they greatly loved their teacher, and their trust in his words was great, for they saw that he taught them for this same reason. And they mistook not the school for the creator of the school, for he that builds is much greater than the built. And now, through their service, they could be more like him. Thus the faculty of the school increased, each of the faculty attempting to teach the wisdom of the man as they understood it. Now the fame of the school spread abroad, and vast quantities of people came, and they came for exceedingly different motives. To most, the idea of free entrance and a place to live appealed. These were still admitted according to the law of the school, for no one was turned away for the lack of an entrance price, and their reasons for coming were their own. To some few others, they came and learned the law of the school and the wisdom of the man, and these were seen busily walking to and fro in the plain and up and down in the hill. And the students of the school continued and progressed in knowledge and wisdom, some a little, some fewer a lot, and some very few learned to be almost as the man. And yet there were many who lost what little wisdom they had upon entering, for they mistook the grace of the man for their right and privilege, and thus failing to be humbled by the great cost paid, nor paying mind to their own part in obtaining wisdom and joy, squandered the privilege and were worse off than before. And the enemy of the man came and accused him, saying, See here, all these that spend your gift unwisely. They eat and sleep all day, they entertain and please themselves, but they have not learned anything, truly, except the subtle arts of pleasure and indolence. And if you turned them out of the school, they would perish. And the man said, See, friend, for here is wisdom. What I have given out of love, that they may learn wisdom of themselves. And even these that waste these things will learn the error of their ways, even if it is through sad experience. And it is my law that no man may complain when his time in the school is done, for they will know they had all they needed to gain wisdom and have joy. For my wisdom and my grace have provided for every need, and all things that have been provided them, that they have no excuse when they learn not. And the bedrock of wisdom is regret, and even these will learn that, if they will learn nothing better instead. And I declare it, and my words fail not. And the enemy went away, for he knew he was beaten, and he feared the resolve of the man. Now the days were accomplished that the school had served its purpose, and a great proclamation went out that graduation was upon them. And all who had increased their wisdom to any degree, and who had been diligent, were glad, and met with the headmaster. And he said, You have acquired much wisdom of your own effort and learning. Your faithfulness in using what things I gave you has effected great change in you, and even I can see myself in you. And they said, Nay, master, for without your teaching in your school, we have nothing of ourselves. And the man smiled upon them and said, Yet it is my grace that attended you while here. Even so, your own choice to learn is what has allowed you to increase in stature and in grace, and in favor with God and with man. For if you had not labored hard with the sweat of your brow, both in learning yourself and in seeking to help others to learn, you would have had no idea of the true price of wisdom, and thus no joy in its effects. But see now, you have acquired great wisdom, and are fit to come with me to my kingdom and fill the mighty and noble roles of officers and rulers. For you have conducted yourselves with wisdom in the school, and thus are trusted to be wise in the kingdom from whence I came. Come and dwell, may your wisdom and your joy increase ever after. And then came those who had idled away their time, those concerned with minor things, who sought not to learn the wisdom of the man, nor to teach it to their fellow students. And they came and said, Headmaster, grant us according to your grace, that we may also come and live in your kingdom and enjoy the fruits of your wisdom. But the man, turning, fixed them with a stern look and said, You all are not fit for the kingdom from whence I came, for you could not even take care of yourselves in a place where all was given to you in grace. And thus you are not prepared to fill the roles of the kingdom. You would find them a great burden, and would have no joy in the fulfillment of the work. And not only this, but those around you would find you a great burden to them as well. Take one final gift from me, that which should have been obvious to you. Here is wisdom. That which you do not value can give you no joy. That which you do not become early cannot be found late. And they gnashed their teeth at him and accused him, saying, We have lived at this school all this time, and you have made it so we cannot bear to live. And we are the same as those you invite into your kingdom. How now, then, are you so arbitrary in your judgment? But he silenced them and said, Did not my law say that no man would be able to complain? And he showed each of them how he had sought to persuade them to learn, how he had sent the faculty to persuade them, and how these had been utterly rejected in favor of lesser and evil things. And everyone was forced, by the mountain of evidence provided, to acknowledge their fault, and they were left without excuse. And these were all turned out into the cold, having not so much as a sheet of cloth to cover their nakedness. And their hearts were filled with regret that could not be quenched.